Happy New Year 2016. So we're going to be taking the overlook of what you can expect a little bit, the outlines, or should I say headline news here month to month throughout the year. It's starting out January with a big smile on your face, and I'm happy to see that. We're always extra enthusiastic, aren't we, around the time of New Year's, but we're looking into the month of January as well. And I'm seeing this joy. There is that smile that I see, and it's going to escalate into you having this person that you're going to have a very important interaction with. Now, I see choices coming up for you in January. This is where this male, he is a fire sign, so Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, or he has that kind of energetic signature. This person is going to come into the picture where you're making this decision. And I feel it's a person that you could actually trust. He's got vision and he's got some good information for you there. When it comes into February, another male showing up for you. Now, this has more so to do with your financial aspects. And so I'm feeling he could give you a push in the right direction as far as increasing your income, or also looking at how you can settle your finances so you can get the most out of it. So there's some negotiations here for those of you thinking of wanting to buy something new, whether it's a new gadget or maybe a larger, say, appliance. He will make a good deal for you. You can negotiate with this person. He's looking out for your best. And I'm feeling too that you are in a flow. You actually did so coming out here of 2015 and gliding into early spring. Now, I'm seeing that there is an opportunity if you so choose to take it. And if you do, well, I feel you're cutting to the core of something here that could be quite important, because I see how you're communicating about this, sharing it with the people around you in your community. Maybe you're initiating a new group yourself. And in that case, well, there is a spiritual key here. Not meaning that this necessarily has to be a spiritual group, but it could be through this networking that you can come to open up for something within yourself that you are feeling strongly about, where you can then exchange. And it's in the exchange I see a lot of dynamic growth for both you and those who are involved as well. It's a busy month, though, so be prepared and load up on your batteries in February, because March is actually going to be quite intensive, but in a good way, though. And I feel that it's not in a sense that you're going to be overwhelmed. It's just that it's going to be very busy on your schedule. This brings you into April, where your focus a little bit more is now going to shift to more of the personal and home-related matters, family and so forth, catching up with them, looking to their needs and where you can be, an interactive, good support for them. But it's also you looking at home-related matters as far as maybe what it is you want to implement, maybe getting ready for spring here, and maybe a spring clean, or maybe some gardening, or also expansion as far as to bringing new things in. Maybe an upgrade or so. But May for you, I see you working and feeling inspired to get something done, a certain matter, or it could be a certain project. There might even be a deadline for you coming up there in May, and I see you overholding that deadline. Okay, so you're super focused, which is good. And then I see that you're feeling pretty elated as to the result of what it is, what project you're accomplishing, because the work is well done, leaving you kind of now being able to kind of relax a little bit more come June. And this should be a month, actually both June and July, if possible, to be a little bit more low-key if you can, because late summer coming into autumn onwards, I see a boost of energy, so much lined up for you, that if you can rest or take vacation in these 2 months, I think you will be able to catch up with yourself and your needs. Especially there, June, it's more about your needs. In July, it's more about your partner's needs, as far as just the two of you being able to spend a little bit more time here together and overlooking back to how these last hectic few months have been. So this could be a good time to reconfigure how your routine, your togetherness works. So I see that you might have been accumulating some thoughts at that time, your partner may have. Now, for those of you single and wondering when a good time for a relationship to come in, well, I'm feeling here that both April and May might be a good time, especially I feel April coming into May. Well, both those months. I've got to give you both those months. Kind of shows new opportunities. And then again, also July. Now, August, this would be a time if you're looking for a raise, could come in. Or if you're going to have a review with your supervisor, your manager, your boss, I'm seeing here this is where you could shed some light and perhaps now go in and grow this area. I'm also noticing that there's some money either that has been set aside or that you have been growing. It could be your savings. Great time to kind of look into how maybe that can be tweaked so you can enhance it a little bit more. So some insights here could really do you well in the overall long run. Now, between September and October, I'm looking at both these months together, and it's coming up with 2 locations. So whether that's property or which it could be where you live, how you live, maybe wanting to change things up. And in that case, for some of you, that should work out really, really well. I see it's a great time to invest in new property. However, though, since I'm seeing also these 2 locations, well, that can mean 2 things. Either some move might have to do with your career, that you will be moving out of town or to another state, relocating due to work. But then also, for others, it could be that your business itself might be changing up location or expanding there, and then so you would have a new location to go to as far as work. So you're just going to have to see how that works out for you. It was just very curious to see how it's coming in with these 2 locations here. And it could be one thing or the other, or it could also be both. So depending on you and your individual life at that time. But I'm feeling that as talking about career, I see stability, I see balance, I see, a step up here, Aquarius, for you. When I say a step up, I feel that you can really reach a level of getting closer to those goals that you have tried to attain. I see more power in your hand. I see that you're very confident. And so this should be a good work year for you. And I'm looking at your financial situation in the overall. So you can definitely be expanding here. Make the most out of it, Aquarius. Now, as far as social life, I do see that there is new people coming in. And I think that's something that you, for the most part, always seem to appreciate and embrace. You're very outgoing and likable in that sense, and people navigate to you. So I'm feeling that these new acquaintances that are coming in, they're going to be here for some time to come. So lifelong friends, new ones, could be entering your life in 2016. And then there are some that you're going to be waving goodbye to. Not saying forever, but that may come for those of you who might be relocating due to work, right? But you can, in this day and age with the internet and whatnot, our gadgets keeps us connected no matter where we are, right? So listen, that is November here, the major changes where you're feeling that you're grounding yourself in it and downloading all the new impressions so that when you come to the end of the year, December is going to bring you some surprises. And this is above and beyond what it is you've already attained. You've already put down a new ground, a new foundation, and you're so excited about this. But then something else, too, will spring upon you, and that sets you off, actually, to a very new beginning here, a very good new beginning here in 2017. So, yes, and children, any interaction with children, I see 2 here this year. One of them may be ready to open up for a new chapter. And I see you kind of being surprised. Maybe it's a hobby or a new interest that's coming into this young person's life. I feel it is a young girl. And the other one that I see here around you, whether this is your children, it could be children of your siblings, where your aunt or uncle too, but they're younger family members is how I'd like to say it. This other one is very practical, down to earth, really somebody who's striding to get a good grip and understanding about the world that they live in. So these two very close to heart for you. The one creative, the other one very practical. So I see them showing up. So I do need and want to mention them as well.